Hi everyone, this is a quick demonstration video of how to get set up with the Google Ads connector with Kleene. So firstly, once you're in the Kleene app, you can head to Connect New Source and search for a suite of Google connectors by typing Google in the search bar at the top. And to connect to Google Ads, you just click Connect on the Google Ads connector here and click Sign in with Google. Here you'll be redirected to a screen to sign in with the Google account, which is attached to the Google Ads account, which you manage. And you can approve the Kleene app to pull the data. And then you can give it a source name of your choosing. This is just for reference for your side. Once this is done, you can head to your sources and extracts and see the Google Ads connector that you've just created available. And you can head to adding a new extract. I'd highly recommend reading the Google Ads documentation we have on docs.kleene.ai, which gives a brief description of how to get set up with the source and what queries to use, etc., etc. So there are 3 fields that are requested that are specific to Google Ads in this connector. So one is the login customer ID. So that is the ID of the Google Ads account that your Google email account is attached to. This is often a manager account, or it might not necessarily be the account that actually has the data. So in this case, I'm going to fill that in there. And then the customer ID is basically the ID of the Google account in which you're looking to pull data from. So this is often the child account of the manager account. And you can also pass multiple IDs in here using a comma and passing another ID in again, making sure there's no space between the comma and the new ID. Now in this case, I'm just going to pull ads from one account just by using one ID there. So again, this customer ID is the child of the manager account, which is above. And lastly, I'm going to add a query. So we have a number of queries you can use in the Google Ads documentation, and you can also validate these queries in the query validator on the Google website as well. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'll just use the campaign query we've got here and add that into the query text box. Last few things are just configuration. So you can give this a name. So I'll give this a name of campaign and choose a destination table. So you add your schema and the destination table where you want this data to go. And then the load method. So we've got drop, create, load, truncate, load, and append. This is about how the data is loaded into the final destination table. For this one, I'll leave it on drop, create, load, click save. And I'll manually run that extract by hitting the play icon that will appear once you've done that. And you can see that extract has run and has been created by the indication of the grey dot there. And lastly, you can schedule the extracts by using the schedule screen, choosing the days and times you want this to run, and submitting the schedule. That's all, thank you. Hi everyone, this is a video demonstration on how to get set up with a Google Analytics GA4 connector within the Kleene app. So firstly, to set up, you have to search for the Google connectors in the top right search bar. And you can see you have Google Analytics GA4. So click connect on this and click sign in with Google, where you'll be redirected to a screen where you can sign in with your Google account associated to the GA4 account you're looking to pull data from. Once this is done, you'll also need to provide the GA4 property of the account you're looking to pull data from and give it a name. And once this is saved, you can head to your sources and extracts, click on GA4, and then start adding the extracts and the reports you're looking to pull back. So first off, we'll give it a name. In this case, I'll use demo. And there are 2 options, custom report and custom report with custom metrics and dimensions. So firstly, for custom report, this allows you to select start date. Then end date is always pre-populated to today with Kleene. And you can also select the metrics and dimensions you're looking to pull back. So these metrics and dimensions are the standard metrics and dimensions you get from Google Analytics. And then the custom report with custom metrics and dimensions allows you to specify your own custom ones that you may have set up. So what I would really recommend doing is heading to our documentation, which is linked here, which gives a brief overview of how to set up the connector. And the main thing we need to do is just confirm that the metrics and dimensions that you're looking to set up are valid when used together. So there are certain metrics which can only be used with certain dimensions and vice versa. So the best way to do that is to, again, in our documentation, head to the Query Explorer, which is a tool built by Google, which allows you to test your Google Analytics queries. So you can just make sure you're set to GA4 on the top left-hand side there. Click Login, again, with the same account that you just logged in with. Once you've done this, they'll pre-populate this account and the property, and you can also select from any other properties you've got associated to that account. Now, the main things we're looking to do here is just choose the start date, end date, metric, and dimensions. Don't worry about the ordering or filtering, because this you can do in the data warehouse once the data has landed. So this scenario, I will populate it with 365 days ago to today. And you could also use values like yesterday or today, or hard code actual dates in as well. And I've selected the following metrics. So active day users, 3 different variations, and dimensions as user age bracket. So you can just scroll down to the bottom. Again, don't worry about the metric filters, order bys, aggregation, or the limit. This is just to test that the query is valid. And you can see we've got some valid data popping out on the bottom there. So once we've done this, we can confirm that this is the data we want and just replicate that in the Kleene app. So to do that, I'm just going to copy 365 days ago, put it in the start date. And again, just to reiterate, the end date will always be today with the Kleene connector. We're then going to use the same metrics that I used before. And I'm going to search for the age dimension as well that we used, user age bracket. Last thing to do is just give it a quick name. Choose your load method and click save. So you can press the play icon once that's set up to run the extract, and you can also, again, schedule these extracts in the scheduling screen here and submit a schedule. Hi everyone, this is a quick demonstration on how to set up the Google Sheets connector with Kleene in the Kleene app. So firstly, when you're on the Connect New Source screen, again, you search the Google connectors and connect to the Google Sheets OAuth app. Then you can click Sign in with Google and sign in with the account which has access to the sheets you're looking to ingest. Once it's done, you just give it a quick name. In this scenario, I'll use Google Sheets. And then head to your sources on extracts, where I'll be able to add individual extracts or individual sheets to this connection. So firstly, I'll head to add extract. And the first thing you need to do is really get the sheet ID. So to do that, I have a demo sheet here today. And the sheet ID is essentially the series of digits and letters between the D and the slash, and then the slash and the edit there in the URL. So you just copy and paste that into the sheet ID field. You can then specify a range. So as default, it uses range A to Z, and it will assume the first row in that range are the column headers. So in this case, it's A to Z, but what I'll do is just specify that A1 to E8. Last few things to do are to find a destination table. So that will be the schema followed by the table name, and then a extract name. So this time I'll use demo sheet. You can click save there, manually run the extract using the play button that will pop up. And you can also schedule the extracts with the clock icon, choosing which days you'd like this to run and which corresponding times. And the schedule is there set. Thanks for listening, and I hope that's clear.